Hey, it's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I'm Ethan Van Sciver, and yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video here before the live stream tonight. Tonight is going to be the first Comic Artist Pro Secrets live stream in about a week, just solo, aside from the High Council, just me, and we're going to be doing a Rose Tico action figure giveaway. 5 Rose Tico action figures will be given away to subscribers who are there tonight. So you definitely want to be there. I mean, you want a Rose Tico toy. I think I have 9 of them, so we'll give away 5 of them tonight. I know it's very, very important to all of you, but the reason why I'm doing this video is because of this article. I want to keep you guys abreast of the news with Star Wars. Things change every single day. There's constant turmoil, betrayal. There's constant backstabbing, and basically just a mess. It's constantly a mess. And here's another example of that. Ever since Mark Hamill quit, and he quit, he walked away from Star Wars. He walked away from it. He said, "This is not Luke Skywalker. This is not what I intended Star Wars to be. This is not my character." Look at him in this picture with green booby milk dripping out of his mouth from a sea monster. Does this man look happy? Is this the same man who, as a younger man, looked up at the sky and saw 2 worlds and just dreamed about getting off the farm? Look at him now, drinking booby milk. This is entirely the problem with Star Wars. And, Mark Hamill he's not taking it anymore. He's freed himself from the constraints of Disney. I think he had both hands tied behind his back while he was working on the movie. And now that he's quit, he's going to say what he wants to say. So we got another garbage tier website here. We got Movie Web. Even though I'm going to read this article before I add Movie Web, movie Web to the list. Okay, this might be a good article. It might actually be worthwhile. It starts out pretty good. I mean, Mark Hamill slams Last Jedi milking scene and Luke's lack of emotion. I don't know if Luke needs to have too much emotion. Written by Kevin Berwick. So we're off to a good start here. I don't know Kevin Berwick's work yet, but so far so good. All right, let's see what he has to report here. And Disney can't be too happy about this. The Last Jedi came out 4 months ago, and fans are still baffled by some of the choices that Rian Johnson made. Even Mark Hamill has gone back to his original feelings about the movie and the complete change of the Luke Skywalker character, which seemingly came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere. It's almost as if somebody who did not understand Star Wars and didn't understand these characters was given the entire franchise and decided just to poop on it. I mean, that's what it was like. In a new interview, Hamill discusses the lack of emotion and the facade that Luke puts up to Chewie and Rey. Yeah, it wasn't this, like, you would think that it would be warmth, it would be like heroism, it would be the Luke Skywalker that we all remember. But no, he's a grumpy old jerk, essentially, who's just kind of decided to isolate himself in a cave somewhere on a remote desert island. And understand, I mean, I can relate to that. I'm envious. I would like a remote desert island that I can kind of go do my thing at and drink booby milk from sea monsters. But I'm not the guy who saved the galaxy. I didn't blow up the Death Star. All right, so it's odd for this character, to say the least. While simultaneously dissing the infamous milking scene on Ahch-To. Many Star Wars fans were angry to see the way that Luke Skywalker had changed in The Last Jedi. Going from seeing the good in almost everybody, including Darth Vader, and then deciding that he has to take out his nephew one night. That was ridiculous. Now, these criticisms are of personal opinion for a certain subgroup of fans, not necessarily how all Star Wars fans feel. Yes, it is. It is. There are real Star Wars fans and there are fake Star Wars fans. If you do not acknowledge that Luke Skywalker is somebody who, at his heart, at the core of his character, always saw the last kernel of goodness in someone, and he actually saw in Darth Vader, then you will automatically agree that what he did to Ben Solo, what he did to Kylo Ren, was beyond the pale, and it was not in his character. It was a disgrace. It was added to the story by people who are cynical Hollywood clowns who don't understand what goodness is. These are the same people that ruined Superman in a lot of ways. They don't understand what purity is. They think it's naivete. And so they kind of impose their own weaknesses on heroic characters. Yeah, if they were in charge of training a flawed Force user with tremendous potential, like Ben Solo, and Ben Solo got out of control, yeah, they'd kill him. That's what they would do, but that's not what Luke Skywalker would do, and that is the problem. That's what all real Star Wars fans, that's why they feel the way that they do. However, this article lies. There were quite a few people who were put off by Luke's sudden change in the movie while interacting. Oh no, this isn't a lie. This is true. I thought they were going to contradict this line. Who were put off by Luke's sudden change in the movie while interacting with Rey and his old pal Chewbacca. Yeah, it's almost like he became a complete and total dick for no reason. Excuse my language. Mark Hamill discussed these emotional changes that Luke underwent for The Last Jedi in a new interview, even questioning the changes. Hamill knows the character of Luke Skywalker better than anyone, except for George Lucas, and expected something else when he hopped on the board of Last Jedi. Yeah. So far, this is hard-hitting journalism by Kevin Berwick. Kevin Berwick, take a bow. I mean, this is what CNN used to be. Now it's fake news, but you are doing yeoman's work here. I know that this isn't going to make you popular, but you're out to tell the truth like a real journalist. And real Star Wars fans salute you. Thank you, sir, for all that you will endure. I'm sure that you will be doxxed, you will be fired, you will be harassed for writing this article. But we've got your back. We've got your back. The actor called out a specific scene that many wondered about when asking about the emotional changes of Luke. He had this to say: "They had time for me to milk that alien, but to show human emotion? Nah, that's foolish." Yeah, exactly. So we have time to show Luke humiliating himself, doing something disgusting, doing something straight out of "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here." That's what we had time to show. Did we have time for Luke to be heroic, to show human emotion, warmth, compassion, all the things that we loved about him? No. Nah, that's foolish. The alien milking scene did kind of stick out like a sore thumb or nipple. Ooh, sore nipple. In The Last Jedi. But just as many Star Wars fans who have bashed the movie have also praised it for the changes that Rian Johnson brought into the franchise. No. Wrong. A bunch of SJWs praised it. No real Star Wars fans praised the changes that Roundhead Rian Johnson made to the franchise. None. Zero. Yes, the milking scene was weird. Period. But it's pretty much a classic Star Wars scene? Question marks in parentheses. No, it's not. And to see a different side of Luke was refreshing to fans who wanted to see him debased and destroyed and humiliated. It was an interesting story arc that Mark Hamill seems still to be conflicted about after protesting the changes during the production of the movie, cooling off during the initial promotional campaign, and now coming back to take slight jabs at some of those decisions. Yeah, no wonder. Stockholm Syndrome is over. He no longer has a mouse with a gun to his head. He's free to be honest. Like we should all be. We should all be honest about this. That's what I'm doing now. I mean, do you think this is something I want to do? As a lifelong Star Wars fan, do you think I want to be condemning these movies just because they get thousands of views on YouTube? No, that's not what I want to do. No, not at all. What, do you think I like my subscriber count doubling while I'm making fun of Star Wars? No. It's more important to me that Star Wars be good, be a good franchise, and to retain its integrity and its positive message of hope, and its positive message of believing in people and being patient with them, and the arc of redemption that goes throughout Star Wars. It's more important that be in there. I don't know. I don't want to necessarily be rewarded for turning up in disgust and revulsion at booby nipple milking scenes. That's not what I want to do. I'd much rather be talking about how great this movie is, but like Mark Hamill, I just cannot. I'm not being paid to. Mark Hamill has also recently declared that he doesn't really care about returning to the Star Wars universe after the death of Carrie Fisher. Yeah, that took a lot of people by surprise. People people who don't listen to this channel regularly and understand that a lot of what has been said in the Star Wars media is about Stockholm Syndrome, and it is all people who are being repressed, who are being threatened and coerced into saying positive things about this toy store killing franchise. If you aren't watching this channel, you aren't aware, and you're not ready to be cynical about what you're seeing and what you're hearing. But if you are listening to it, you know that Mark Hamill simply was under legal obligation, and perhaps he was under duress when he made those comments. About this being good and maybe you should go see it. That's not what he was saying. In fact, that's not what his eyes were saying. He was, I think, at one point blinking Morse code that Star Wars is now SJW and it's dead. I'll slow-mo that video of him blinking that Morse code. I'll put it up later. Much later. Fans have been waiting to hear if he'll come back for Star Wars 9 as a Force ghost or for possible flashbacks. But it seems that the actor really doesn't have any interest in returning as the only main character from the trilogy. No. Regardless, Hamill seems to be slowly coming out of his shell to criticize the parts of The Last Jedi that he did not agree with. The contract's up. You can check out the video of the interview below thanks to Jar Jar Abrams of the YouTube channel. Look at him. Look at him. They had time for me to milk that alien, but to show human emotion? Look in his eyes. I'm not going to play this video because I don't know if I have the right to, but all you have to do is look at this man's eyes. You can see that. Wait, let me see if I can get this zoomed in here. Yeah. Those eyes say, I started this gangster shit. Yeah. And this is the motherfucking thanks I get. That's what those eyes say. So pray for Mark Hamill tonight when you hit your knees. Ask God to show a little love to the shell that used to be Luke Skywalker. Thank you, everyone. See you tonight. Hey, let's talk about the people who don't suck alien booby milk. My Patreon patrons, my backers, you guys, thank you so much for your continued support of this channel. These are the patrons for April. Thank you very, very much, guys. This channel wouldn't be what it is without you. If you would like to join this community by pledging $1 or more per month, the link is below in the description, and I'll put your name up next month. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Thanks very much.